Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be celebrating the life and work of Rabbie Burns. Burns Day is celebrated by Scots on the 25th of January, and not just Scots but celebrated the world over. And we're going to be starting with one of his most famous songs, My Love is Like a Red, Red Rose. So do sing along. I hope you enjoy yourselves. Thank you very much. Cheers. My love is like a red, red rose that's newly sprung in June. My love is like a melody that's sweetly played in tune. So fair art thou, my bonny lass, so deep in love am I, and I will love thee still, my dear, till all the seas can dry, till all the seas can dry, my love, and the rocks melt with the sun, and I will love thee still, my dear, till the sands of life shall run. And fare thee well, my only love, and fare thee well a while, and I will come again, my love, but well 10,000 miles. And fare thee well, my only love, and fare thee well a while, and I will come again, my love, but well 10,000 miles. So I hope you sang along. And I hope you enjoyed that. That was My Love is Like a Red, Red Rose, which kind of shows off the romantic nature of Robert Burns. In fact, he wrote hundreds of songs about romance and about women. In this next song, though, we're going to be singing something a wee bit different. This next song is called Rattlin' Roarin' Willie. And it's quite a wee fast tune. It's a wee jig, actually. And it's all about this character called Willie, who believes that it would be a good idea not to sell his fiddle. Despite being poor and having not very much going for him, he wanted to play his fiddle, just like us.
Good for him.
Here goes, do enjoy. Oh, rattling, roaring Willie, oh, he'll take the fair for to buy his fiddle and buy some other rock. The parting way is filled with salted wine, you see. Rattling, roaring Willie, you're welcome in to me. Oh, Willie, come sell your fiddle, come sell your fiddle, say fine. Oh, Willie, come sell your fiddle and buy a pint of wine. If I should sell my fiddle, no one would think I was mad. Men's around today, my fiddle and I have. As I come by Crocallan and Carry Creek at Ben, rattling, roaring Willie was sitting on board again among good company. Rattling, roaring Willie, you're welcome in to me. Oh, Willie, come sell your fiddle, come sell your fiddle, say fine. Oh, Willie, come sell your fiddle and buy a pint of wine. If I should sell my fiddle, no one would think I was mad. Many's around today, my fiddle and I have. Oh, Willie, come sell your fiddle, say fine. Oh, Willie, come sell your fiddle and buy a pint of wine. If I should sell my fiddle, no one would think I was mad. Many's around today, my fiddle and I have. Oh, Willie, come sell your fiddle, say fine. Oh, Willie, come sell your fiddle and buy a pint of wine. If I should sell my fiddle, no Thank you very much. You might have known that last tune. That was called... What's that tune called again?
That's called This Is a Test. It's a Mucking of Geordie's Bio.
Mucking of Geordie's Bio. Indeed it was. Followed there. We had Rattling, Roaring Willie, and then we had the Mucking of Geordie's Bio. And now we're going to play a completely different tune, which is quite another well-known one. It's called Green Grow the Rushes O, and it's a beautiful wee song. And again, we're just sticking with the romantic theme at the moment. This is another song dedicated to Robert Burns' love of women. And in fact, Robert Burns fathered as many as 12 children in his short life. So here goes. It's a lovely wee song called Green Grow the Rushes, and if you know it, do sing along. There's naught but care on every hand, and every hour that passes on, what signifies the life of man, tourney for the lasses on. Green grow the rushes on, green grow the rushes on, the sweetest hours that e'er I spent among the lasses on. The worldly race may riches chase, riches still may fly them on. Though at last they grab them fast, their heads can ne'er enjoy them all. Green grow the rushes on, green grow the rushes on, the sweetest hours that e'er I spent among the lasses on. Give me a canny hurry, my arms about my dearie o. Worldly cares and worldly men may go at taps o' TV o. Green grow the rushes o, green grow the rushes o, the sweetest hours that e'er I spent among the lasses o. All nature swears the lovely dears, her noblest work she classes o. Apprentice hand she tried on man, and then she made the lasses o. Green grow the rushes o, green grow the rushes o, the sweetest hours that e'er I spent among the lasses o. Spent among the lasses o. Thank you very much indeed. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope some of you might well have sang along with that one. The next song we're going to sing gives you a little insight into Robert Burns' personality, because he wasn't just a romantic, he was also quite an angry person, and he grew up in quite difficult times. And in fact, the Jacobite War had maybe just taken place maybe 30 or so years before he was born. So there was a lot going on in that time, and this is called Ye Jacobites by Name. The Morrisons at the end. Yeah. Ye Jacobites by name, lend an ear, lend an ear. Ye Jacobites by name, lend an ear. Ye Jacobites is right and what is wrong. By the law, by the law. What is right and what is wrong. By the law. What is right and what is wrong. The short sword or the long. The weak arm and the strong. For the draw, for the draw. The weak arm and the strong. For the draw. Ye Jacobites by day, lend an ear, lend an ear. Ye Jacobites by name, lend an ear. Ye Jacobites by name, your thoughts I will proclaim. Your doctrines I unblame. You shall hear, you shall hear. Your doctrines I unblame. You shall hear. Oh, then let your schemes alone in the state, in the state. Then let your schemes alone in the state. Then let your schemes alone adore the rising sun and leave a man undone to his fate, to his fate. Then leave a man undone to his fate. Ye Jacobites by name, lend an ear, lend an ear. Ye Jacobites by name, lend an ear. Ye Jacobites by name, your thoughts I will proclaim. Your doctrine I unblame. You shall hear, you shall hear. Your doctrine I unblame. You shall hear. Your doctrine I unblame. You shall hear. So, thank you very much. So we sang Ye Jacobites by name, and then we followed that up with, what was that called, Ian?
That's Morrison's Jig. That is.
Morrison's Jig.
They go quite well together, I thought.
So we're going to keep it going, and this time we're going to move on another song, which is a really, well, they're all really old tunes actually. So, but this one is called Ye Banks and Braes. I think it kind of has a little bit about where Robert Burns grew up in Alloway, and it kind of shows Robert Burns' love of nature as well in this song.
It's a sing-along one.
It's a real sing-along.
It's a classic. You should know this one.
Banks and braes, oh bonny dew, how can you bloom so fresh and fair? How can you chant your little bird, and I say weary, full of care? You'll break my heart, ye warbling bird that wanders through the flowery thorn. Reminds me of departed joys, departed never to return. Of day I roved by bonny dew to see the rose and wood some heart I put a rose, the sweet upon this thorny tree. But my false lover stole my rose, and all she left was a thorn with me. Well, I some heart I put a rose, the sweet upon this thorny tree. But my false lover stole my rose, and all she left was a thorn with me. He bangs and braids upon it too, candy blue, so fresh and fair. Candy chant, you little bird. I say weary, full of care. And I say weary, full of care. So, I hope you enjoyed that one. That was Banks and Breeze. We're going to try something a wee bit different now. This next tune is called The Silver Tassie. And well, we're going to a wee tune at the end of this, Ian. Maybe
we can do, since we're here. We might as well.
Maybe a bit of Moving Cloud, or
Yeah, let's play Moving
that
Cloud.
kind of thing. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to sing this through. Again, it's another wee romantic song. It's all about, I think it's all about a soldier who's having to leave behind the woman he loves and go off to war, and it's called The Silver Tassie. And a tassie, a lot of you'll know, is the Scots word for a cup.
I've got one to demonstrate here, just for the sake of demonstrating. A tassie.
Here it goes. See if you know it. Go fetch to me a pint of wine, and fill it in a silver tassie, that I may drink before I go a service to my bonny lassie. The boat rocks at the pier o' Leith, full loud the winds blow frae the ferry. The ship rides by the barrack law, and I mun leave my bonny Mary. The trumpets sound, the banners fly, the glittering spears are ranked and ready. The shouts of war are heard afar, the battle closes deep and bloody. It's not the roar of sea or shore what make me longer wish to tarry, nor shouts of war that's heard afar. It's leaving me, my bonny Mary. Nice. So that was a couple of tunes there. They were both reels, weren't they, Ian?
They were for real, yes.
Yeah,
The first one was Moving Cloud, and the second one was a tune called Andy Rennock's Ferret.
That's right. A good one that you can do a Gay Gordons to, isn't it? So
It certainly is, yeah.
we're going to read a little poem now, because it wouldn't be fitting to do a wee Burns Day celebration without a poem from the great bard. Now, we're going to read a wee bit of the poem To a Moose, but I'm not going to read all of it. I'm just going to maybe pick 2 or 3 verses. Okay, here goes. So, To a Moose. Wee sleekit, cowering, timorous beastie, oh what a panic in thy breastie. Thou needna start a wassy hasty wi' brickle and brattle. I'd be laith to run and chase thee wi' murder and prattle. I'm truly sorry man's dominion has broken nature's social union, and justifies that ill opinion which makes thee startle at me, thy poor earth-born companion and fellow mortal. I doubt nae whiles but thou may thieve, what then, poor beastie, thou maun live, a damon liquor in thy thrave. It's a sma request, I'll get a blessing wi' the lave, and never missed. Thy wee bit hoosie to and ruin, as silly was the winds are strewin', and Nathan new to big and newin, a foggage green, and bleak December's winds ensuing baith snail and keen. Thou saw the fields laid bare and waste, and weary winter coming fast, and cosy here beneath the blast thou thought to dwell, till crash the cruel coulter passed out through thy cell. That wee bit heap o' leaves and stibble has cost thee mony a weary nibble. Now thou's turned out for thy trouble, but hoose or hold, to though the winter's sleety dribble, and Crenruach's cold. But Moosey, thou art no thy lane, and proven foresight may be vain. The best laid schemes o' mice and men gang affy ugly, and lays us naught but grief and pain for promised joy. Still thou art blessed compared with me, the present only toucheth thee, but och, I backward cast my ee on prospects drear, and forward though I cannae see, I guess in fear. There we go, that was To a Moose. I managed to fit that all in somehow.
It was like being in the room with the bard himself.
Yeah, so we're going to move on now. That was a lovely wee poem, just shows kind of Robert Burns' compassion for animals, I think, as well, which was, he obviously had a big heart to write such a lovely poem. We're going to give you another song now, and this time we're going to do probably one of Robert Burns's other really well-known songs, which is called Scots Wha Hae. Let me just find the words. There we go, Scots Wha Hae. And again, it kind of, in this song, it's all about the battles of independence, which sort of happened in the sort of 13th century, really, the battles of independence with William Wallace and then on to Robert the Bruce. And this is a song called Scots Wha Hae. You'll probably know it. Scots wha hae we Wallace bled, Scots won Bruce's oft times led. Welcome to your gory bed, or to victory. Now's the day and now's the hour, see the frontal battle hour, see approach proud Edward's power, chains and slavery. Wha will be a traitor knave? Wha will fill a coward's grave? Wha say base and be a slave? Let him turn and flee. Wha for Scotland's king and law, freedom's sword will strongly draw. Freemen stand and freemen fall, let him do a deed. By oppression, woes and pains, by our sons in servile chains, we will drain our dearest veins, but we shall be free. Lay the proudest shepherds low, tyrants fall in every foe, liberties in every blow, let us do our deed. Scots were weary, Wallace bled, Scots one bruise has often led. Welcome to your glory bed, or to victory. So that's quite a rousing song there about the wars of independence, and just as a matter of fact, I think the French Revolution was probably going on during Burns's life, so that might have well influenced some of his songs there.
Definitely.
We're going to try with another song. This is again, it's a beautiful old tune, and it's called Ca the Yows, which I don't know. What is a yow? I think is a
Cow the Yows.
Ca the Yows.
Must be some kind of livestock, I would imagine, isn't it?
It's a sheep, I think.
It's a sheep.
It's
There
a
you
sheep,
go.
aye.
Aye. It's been a while since I've been out during this lockdown, but yeah, I think they're still out there. Those sheep.
They're
those
still
yows.
out there.
Yeah.
And then we might even go into a couple of tunes, Maybe the Gale and the Irish Washerwoman after
Yeah,
we've done
a couple of wee
this,
jigs to liven that up.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds
so,
good.
This is a lovely wee song. I hope we do it well. It's called Ca the Yows.
Ah, the Yows.
Ca the Yows, take the nose, ca them where the heather grows, ca them where the burnie rose, my bonny dearie. Hark the mavis evening song, sound and prudence woods among, then I'll fall and let us go, my bonny dear. We'll be doing by Cloden's side, through the hazel spreading wide, o'er the waves that sweetly glide, till the moon say clear. Fair and lovely as thou art, you restore my very heart. I can Jigs there, Ian.
Couple of jigs.
I think what was the first one there called the Gale?
First one's a Gale, and then we had one called the Irish Washerwoman, which I'm not 100% sure is an Irish jig. I've been told different stories, but we thought we'd throw it in there as for our sort of Celtic connections.
Well, that's always a good idea. and there's a lot of crossover between Irish and Scottish music, isn't there? Sometimes
Yes.
people don't know whose is whose.
And it's, in some cases it's best to keep it that way. I've learned as well. Yeah, just it's all in the same umbrella, under the same umbrella, definitely.
So it's been an absolute pleasure playing music to you today, and I hope you've really enjoyed a wee flavour of Burns. And the way in which Scottish people celebrate Burns Day is to recite poems, to have a wee glass of whiskey. That's important.
Something any brand will do. If anyone from Glenmorangie is watching, it's any brand will do. But there's an example.
We're seeking sponsorship, so if anybody wants to help us with that,
yep, that's fine.
There we go.
Yeah.
So celebrating Burns Day, a wee glass of whiskey, recite a few poems, get a wee full stomach with some haggis, neeps and tatties, and of course spend it with your friends, which is the all important part. And this brings us on to probably Robert Burns' most famous song, which is sang all across the world on Hogmanay, and it's got a universal message all about friendship and the importance of hanging on to your mates and thinking about them through all of time. And here is Auld Lang Syne. Okay, here goes. And I'm sure you're going to belt this one out with us. Should all acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should all acquaintance be forgot for Auld Lang Syne? For Auld Lang Syne, my dear, for Auld Lang Syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for Auld Lang Syne. Surely you'll be your pint stip, and surely I'll be mine. We'll take a cup of kindness yet for Auld Lang Syne. For Auld Lang Syne, my dear, for Auld Lang Syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for Auld Lang Syne. We'd fly aboot the breeze and blow the gallants fine. We've wandered a many a weary fit in Auld my dear, for old lang syne. We'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne. Here's a hand, my trusty friend, here's a hand of mine. We'll take a right good willie walk for old lang syne. For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne. We'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne. For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne. We'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne. So we hope that you've had a marvellous Burns Day, and we hope that you've sang along and you've enjoyed yourselves. And from Ian and I, a big thank you. All the best.
All the best.
Happy Burns Day.